Well, good evening, everyone. I am going to get started on our class tonight, Happy Healthy Hormones. I'm Chris Rosima, and if you don't know me, and I am the presenter for this evening. Hopefully some people can join us, but I did promise people who couldn't make this particular class that I would tape it regardless of who showed up so that they could watch it later. So I will be posting this on a YouTube channel and a link in the new Prospective Oilers Facebook group. So if you're going to watch it, keep an eye out there. Tonight is the most exciting night because this is a super comprehensive class on hormones and how to support them. And I am just so thrilled to be able to provide this information. So many of my friends are struggling with hormone imbalances, whether they're young, middle-aged, or old. And this class is so full of fantastic information. So grab a pad of paper and a pen, maybe get yourself a hot beverage, put your feet up, and let's get started. So like I said, I'm super excited to have you come and participate in Happy Healthy Hormones with me. Keeping your hormones in check is key to living a happy and healthy life. It's so important, but how do you know what to look for and where to even begin? You need to understand and support those hormones, but where do you start? Well, you start right here. Let's start. Okay, but first I gotta tell you, I am not a doctor. We're Oilers. I can't answer questions regarding medication or illness or disease. Don't be offended if you ask those questions and I can't answer them. I can, however, share personal stories, and there's lots woven into this presentation about products that I have personally used that have helped me in my life, and I would like to share. So just so you know, if you've got medical questions, talk to your primary care provider. So let's get started. Let's start with the endocrine system. This is a biggie. The endocrine system is a collection of glands, and those glands produce hormones that tell the body what to do when. Hormones help maintain our body's homeostasis, natural state. They regulate our metabolism, tissue function, growth and repair. They regulate our libido, our immune system, mood, sleep, blood sugar levels, heart rate, digestion, among many other processes. So you can see how important the endocrine system is. Our bloodstream picks up hormones and distributes them through our body to the organs and cells that are designed then to receive particular hormones. And hormones are essentially chemical messengers. Okay, they transfer information from one cell to another and regulate functions in the body. Isn't that like amazing? That these things that we hear about and talk about, really, they're chemical messengers. So when we talk about hormones, there's a whole slew of them. We're talking about insulin, cortisol, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, melatonin, thyroxine, and a whole bunch of others. Our hormones are actually responsible for so many important functions, and we just aren't our best selves when they're out of balance. We should strive for a healthy endocrine system, and that starts with knowing what this system includes. So the endocrine system includes the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the thyroid gland, the parathyroid glands, adrenal glands, ovaries, testes, and pancreas. And we're going to learn what each gland regulates in the body and how we can support the entire endocrine system through lifestyle, nutrition, and young living products to ensure a happy, healthy hormones. Because we want to make sure that we have an endocrine system that's working well. We want to tame that roaring dragon. So for this whole class, we're going to talk about are the different ways we can support our hormones and our different glands within our bodies. And Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton who is a naturopathic physician out of the US. He has some information. He wrote a book called Hormone Imbalances and Problems in Kids and Teens. Progesterone, what does it do? Estrogen, what does it do? So he's got a bunch. So if you're interested in getting some more information on hormones from a medical perspective, PM me and I will send you Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton's information so that you can go seeking that. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Let's start with the hypothalamus. So the hypothalamus is located in the brain and serves as the intermediary between the endocrine, nervous, and immune systems. So think of this as the endocrine system command center, right? When you feel hungry or sleepy or emotional, for example, that's your hypothalamus communicating with your body. It takes messages from the brain and tells the pituitary which hormones to secrete. But when the brain becomes inflamed and the hypothalamic cells become disruptive, which may lead to disease and other health complications, when the brain becomes inflamed and the hypothalamic cells actually become disrupted, which can lead to disease and other complications. If you're interested in learning more about how nutrition, in particular, how grain and gluten causes inflammation in the brain, I highly recommend reading Grain Brain by David Perlmutter. It's fascinating how wheat, carbs, and sugar can impact the brain and are linked with a multitude of health conditions that can be relieved or eliminated through simple dietary change. So that's the hypothalamus. The pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland is about the size of a pea and is located at the bottom of the hypothalamus in the brain. It has two functionally different parts, the anterior and the posterior. The anterior produces about eight different hormones, while the posterior stores hormones produced in the hypothalamus and releases them as needed. The pituitary gland secretes hormones that influence growth, blood pressure, thyroid function, metabolism, inflammation levels, and pain in the body, breast milk production, and sex organ functions in both men and women, among other processes. It actually works together with the hypothalamus to control many other glands in the endocrine system. It's truly amazing. This gland is really amazing how something so small, it's the size of a pea, can control so many bodily functions. But on the flip side, think of how much can be disrupted when this gland is not working effectively. Brain injuries, such as concussions, are a hot topic of these days for good reason. An injury to the brain can impair hormone production and wreak havoc on your body, outside of even just the injury itself. And these impacts may reveal themselves months or immediately, weeks, days, months, even years later. So it's really important to take good care and avoid brain injuries. So here's the pineal gland. And this is all about sleep. The pineal gland is also located in the brain and produces the hormone melatonin. We've all heard about this one. Melatonin helps regulate our sleep-wake cycle, known as our circadian rhythm. Its production is triggered by darkness, which is why it's important to have a bedtime routine that includes turning down the lights and shutting off all electronic screens an hour or so before bedtime. It's also important to shut off things like little lights in your room. If you've got lights on chargers, human beings require dark for this melatonin to work. And in addition to influencing sleep, did you know that melatonin is actually a powerful antioxidant and a supporter of your immune system? And this is why one of the reasons sleep is so important for our body, because it helps support our immune system. And one really interesting tidbit about this gland is that the biggest issue for the pineal gland is calcification. And do you know what causes calcification of this gland? fluoride. Fluoride accumulates in the pineal gland more than any other part of the body. And we're exposed to fluoride primarily through our drinking water and conventional toothpaste. All the more reason to drink filtered water and to use Thieves toothpaste because there's no fluoride. You need this gland to work effectively. It regulates sleep, which then regulates the regeneration of the body. You need to support this gland. All right, let's talk about the thyroid gland. So the thyroid gland is located in the front part of the neck, right about here, and is directly controlled by the pituitary gland. The thyroid regulates hormones that are responsible for metabolism, regulation of heart rate, body temperature, and muscle tone. Interesting, hey? Muscle tone. I didn't realize that for a very long time. It influences the level of adrenal and sex hormones in your body. It regulates cholesterol, bone growth, and the menstrual cycle in women, among other functions. Huge, tiny little gland, and it's responsible for all of that. So there are thyroid receptor sites on every cell in the body, which shows how important thyroid hormones are for the entire body to work effectively. So we got to be sure to give your thyroid some love. My thyroid stopped working in my 30s, and I have had to manage it ever since then. Parathyroid. There are actually 4 parathyroid glands located in your neck behind your actual thyroid. And although the names are similar, these glands are functionally different from thyroid. They're just neighbors. They're just neighbors in relation to where they are. Parathyroid glands actually regulate the calcium level in our bones and in our blood within a very narrow range so that the nervous and muscular systems can actually function properly. And did you know that calcium is used to provide the electrical energy for our nervous system and our muscular systems? So as a result, when calcium levels are out of balance, you can experience sadness, weakness, tiredness, or muscle cramps. And in addition to making our bones strong, calcium is actually stored in our bones and is constantly moving in and out to maintain correct calcium levels in our blood. It's just amazing how our bodies actually function. Adrenal glands. These are another big set of glands. They are a pair of triangular shaped glands that actually sit on top of the kidneys. And the adrenal glands have 2 sections with unique functions: the outer adrenal cortex and the inner adrenal medulla. The adrenal cortex produces hormones that help regulate blood pressure and electrolyte balance. The adrenal medulla has a direct connection to the brain and secretes hormones that regulate heart rate, constriction of blood vessels, and the dilation of air passages, all of the actions that prepare us for fight or flight response. And this leads us to cortisol, or the stress hormone, which is also secreted by the adrenal glands. Now, often cortisol gets a bad rap, but it is extremely important because it shuts down unnecessary functions in the body when we are faced with a stressful situation. But when the stress becomes chronic, the cortisol becomes a problem. So cortisol isn't a problem if it's a temporary emergency, but when stress becomes consistent and chronic, that's when cortisol gets to be problematic. And sometimes it's said, and it's definitely easier said than done, but it's important to reduce our stress levels by practicing yoga and meditation, listening to music, walking in nature. But it's important to be conscious about reducing our stress levels. Oh, our sex organs, ovaries and testes. The adrenal glands produce a small amount of sex hormone, including estrogen, in both men and women. However, the majority of sex hormones are secreted by the ovaries in women and the testes in men. The ovaries secrete estrogen and progesterone, which are vital for normal reproductive development and fertility in women. And the testes produce testosterone, which is necessary for the proper development of boys and for muscle strength, bone density, and libido in men. And we all know where those are located. And then the final system, the final gland is our pancreas. This is a glandular organ located in the upper abdomen cavity on the left side of the body, and it has two main functions. It helps in digestion and endocrine function that regulates blood sugar. Okay, so there's two functions of the pancreas. Exocrine function that helps digestion and an endocrine function that regulates blood sugar. The endocrine component of the pancreas creates and releases two key hormones into the bloodstream: insulin, which acts to lower blood sugar, and glucagon, which acts to raise blood sugar, so it works to maintain proper blood sugar levels, because that's crucial to the functioning of all of our organs, including our brain, our liver, our kidneys, and it leads to a healthy body weight. Who doesn't want that? Okay, so that is the series of glands that are in our endocrine system. Normally, I would take a break here, but we're just going to keep going and talk about signs of unhappy hormones. So, when unhappy hormones roar, it can really disrupt almost everything in our lives. As you've seen, in the first part of the presentation, these glands and the hormones that they secrete are everywhere in our body and really impact every functional system that we have. Hormones are chemical messengers that travel through our body, coordinating complex processes like growth and metabolism and fertility. And they can influence the function of the immune system and even alter behavior. And one of the key indicators is, like, have you ever cried for no reason during certain times of the month? You get emotional when you have your period. Well, that's thanks to hormones. Our hormones can really influence all body functions. So what are some signs that you may have some unhappy hormones that need a little extra love? Well, let's talk about it. Increased anxiety, depression, or moodiness. Low energy, fatigue, difficulty sleeping or staying asleep, excessive hunger, low libido, fertility issues, difficulty gaining or losing weight, brain fog, and acne, plus a whole bunch of others. So let's talk about how we can tame this dragon and support these hormones, because we all want happy hormones, right? Okay. So let's talk about supporting our hormones via lifestyle. So you may or may not realize that lifestyle has a ton to do with you having happy hormones. You can literally see improvement in a matter of weeks by just making some simple changes in your home and to your lifestyle. In the following posts, we're going to chat about how you can support your hormones by eliminating endocrine disruptors found in our house, supporting your body's detoxification process by reducing inflammatory foods in your diet, and supplementing your body with what it needs and using our oils. So let's talk about how we can make our hormones happier. So let's talk about these household cleaner. What does that have to do with hormones? Why am I talking about cleaner in a happy hormones class? Stick with me here for a minute. The three most common toxins in household cleaners, regular commercial household cleaners, are, and forgive me if I don't pronounce this right, 2-butoxyethanol ammonia, and bleach, and chlorine. These chemicals can damage the liver, the kidneys. They can trigger respiratory stress like asthma, and are endocrine disruptors. There is zero need to clean your home with these products. And it took me a long time to admit and give up bleach because I used it for a lot of things. But it is an endocrine disruptor, which means it disrupts the whole endocrine system. And there's zero need to clean your home with these products. You can ditch everything under your kitchen and bathroom sink and replace it with these household cleaner, which is 100% plant and mineral based and is biodegradable. And you can use it on basically everything. It is highly concentrated, so it lasts a very long time. A little goes a very, very long way. And you simply use it, you dilute it into a spray bottle and you clean your house with it. It lasts a very long time and it doesn't affect your endocrine system. It doesn't affect your hormone system. Many people that I introduce to Young Living start off in their Young Living journey by switching out their household cleaners for thieves. So personal care products are another place that you can find endocrine disruptors. Parabens in our skincare and fluoride in our toothpaste are common toxic culprits lurking in our bathroom and basically attacking our endocrine system on the daily. It's easy to choose something like the Art skincare line or Orange Blossom face wash or the Satin Mint facial scrub instead of endocrine disrupting personal care products that you might already have. If you've not replaced your toothpaste with Thieves toothpaste, you need to try it. It is fantastic. You need super small amount on your toothbrush and it leaves your teeth very clean, very white. And fluoride is a neurotoxin. And no, we don't need it for good dental hygiene. Remember when we went back, when we were learning about the pineal gland? Well, fluoride is the main cause of this gland becoming calcified. So in addition to fluoride toothpaste, in addition to fluoride, toothpaste can actually even have triclosan and microbeads, those little plastic pellets in it. Although I do think that microbeads may now have been banned because of the massive environmental impact that they've had. But you can get these disruptors out of your skincare and out of your mouth with very simple replacements. Not even extra to your budget. They simply replace what you currently purchase. So let's talk about how do you help your body detoxify. So your body's detoxification is typically a natural process. We detox daily so that we process, our lymph system helps us detox every day and remove toxins from our body. Our liver is responsible for removing toxins via our urine and our bowels. So staying hydrated and drinking plenty of water helps flush out these toxins. Adding citrus oils is important as well to support your hydration. And adding citrus oils to your water can help you drink the amount of water that you need to, because we chronically don't drink enough water. That's what I've got in mine is Citrus Fresh in my water, and I just adore it. So toxins that aren't eliminated through your urine or your bowel movements can be eliminated through sweat, through your skin. So you want to get your bodies moving so you can sweat and you can detoxify, or you can sit in the steam room and sweat it out. And another great way to detoxify is to take a detox bath. Get the water in a tub as hot as your body can handle it and submerge yourself as deep as you can go, hopefully up to your neck. And add in some oils and Epsom salts for at least 20 minutes. You will get them toxins flushing out in that bath. You can also do foot soaks. I like a Epsom salt and rosemary oil foot soak to help detox. And boy, oh boy, after you do a detox bath or a detox foot soak, do you ever sleep well? Two supplements that can help with your detoxification process are sulfurzyme and Super C. So sulfurzyme contains MSM and Ningxia wolfberry. And MSM, if you've never heard of it, it's a protein building compound found in breast milk, fresh fruits, and vegetables. And together, MSM and Ningxia wolfberry support your immune system. Ningxia supports your immune system amazingly well. And adding the MSM gives it just that much more oomph. And it actually helps your body's production of glutathione, which helps your body detox from toxins. And Super C is not only filled with vitamin C, it is infused with citrus oils. And Super C is fantastic to give to your kids. You can also get it in a chewable for supporting your immune system and to help remove chlorine from your body. And this is important, especially in the summer, if you swim in a pool that has chlorine for decontamination. Dr. Mercola has some very interesting information about sulfur. It is the third most abundant mineral in your body after calcium and phosphorus. And it's an important mineral element that you get almost wholly through dietary proteins. In a study examining critical elements about how sulfur works in the body, researchers say the importance of this mineral may be underestimated, and it's possible that we might not be getting enough of it. And all of this information, we can find very good scientific papers for. So if you're interested in that part of the presentation, drop me a note what you're interested in, and I can help you locate some of the papers. So the importance of sulfur is that close to half of the sulfur in your body can be found in your muscles, skin, and bones, but it does so much more than just benefit these areas. It plays important roles in many body systems. It's required for proteins to maintain their shape, and these bonds determine the biological activity of the proteins. So for example, as explained in the MSM featured newsletter, hair and nails consist of a tough protein called keratin, which is high in sulfur, whereas connective tissue and cartilage contain proteins with flexible sulfur bonds, giving it the structure it has. But with age, the flexible tissues in our body tend to lose their elasticity, leading to sagging and wrinkling of the skin, collagen, and stiffening muscles and painful joints. So a shortage of sulfur likely contributes to these age-related problems. And in addition to bonding proteins, sulfur is also required for the proper structure and biological activity of enzymes. So if you don't have enough sulfur in your body, the enzymes cannot function properly, which can cascade into a number of health problems, as without biologically active enzymes, your metabolic processes cannot function properly. So your metabolism does not work. Sulfur also plays an important role in your body's electron transport system as a part of iron sulfur proteins in mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells. So this one mineral really supports multiple functions in your body. Vitamin B thiamine, so B1, and biotin conversion, which are essential for converting carbohydrates into energy and synthesizing important metabolic intermediates. It helps with proper insulin function and detoxification. It's just critical. I take 6 of these sulfurzyme capsules a day, 3 in the morning and 3 at night. And I have found a significant decrease in joint pain, like significant. And just with an overall healthier immune, I believe. Wow, that's pretty heavy, hey? If you want any of the notes from this slide deck, please let me know and I can forward you the information. Okay, so let's talk about nutritional support and hormones. You can support your hormones by eating a diet that doesn't cause inflammation. Inflammatory diets are, information is everywhere right now. So you can do a lot of Googling on this subject. But inflammatory foods tend to be sugars, vegetable oils such as omega-6s, gluten, and for some people, dairy. So eating a diet that is nutrient dense, eating real foods versus packaged foods, not microwaving your food and eating it in plastic, and adding in good healthy fats, omega-3s, helps out our hormones. If you want more information about how gluten can inflame your body, there's a good book called Grain Brain or Wheat Belly, and you might be shocked to see how many health issues stem from our diets. Our pituitary glands are particularly affected by our diet. So Young Living has several products that help with swapping out something for something less inflammatory. Einkorn is the ancient wheat grain before it became genetically modified in the 70s. And Young Living's Einkorn products are much easier on your body. The typical wheat of today has 24 to 48 chromosomes, whereas ancient einkorn has only 12. And einkorn doesn't cause inflammation in the body like gluten and wheat do. Wheat today contains a superstarch called amylopectin A, super gluten, and it spikes our blood sugar levels like if we were eating table sugar. Einkorn is the only gluten grain that has not been hybridized or genetically modified. And there's a list of illnesses linked to gluten consumption of genetically modified wheats. That's pretty shocking, from allergies, candida, celiac disease, brain fog, ADHD, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, Alzheimer's, irritable bowel, dementia, long list. So if you can swap out one thing that's inflammatory in your diet for something that's not, you're taking steps in the right direction. Young Living has einkorn flour, granola, pasta. We often eat the pasta. It's very much like whole wheat pasta, but it's not like that wheat. And it's delicious. It's very easy to cook. It takes a little longer to cook in the water, but it's a great place to start. It's not about ditching everything all at once. It's about starting small, taking small steps, ditching and switching products so that over time you accumulate the benefits. Okay, so let's talk about supplementation. We've talked a little bit about Super C and sulfurzyme, but now we're going to dive into more about what supplements you can take to support your hormones. Because even if you eat a diet filled with vegetables and fruit, the reality is you still wouldn't get enough nutrients your body needs. Our soil has so changed and is so depleted of the trace minerals that it once had that we need to supplement our bodies with what they need to support our hormone system. So let's talk supplementation. First one across the board is antioxidants. Ningxia Red. This is an incredible antioxidant supplement that is infused with citrus oils and packed with 19 amino acids and over 20 trace minerals. It is a whole body nutrient infusion. This is the first non-oil product that I really brought into the house, and I take 1 to 2 ounces every single day. And absolutely, this is one of the products that I won't do without. It supports all 9 body systems, and it's a supplement for everyone, including your canine friends. It supports your immune system. It helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, and it helps with weight management. It helps to reduce stress. It's truly an amazing super juice. The wolfberry contains 21 essential minerals and 18 amino acids. It is extraordinarily high in thiamine, which is vitamin B1, niacin, which is vitamin B3, and vitamin C. It is the highest known food source of B1 and contains twice the daily amount of vitamin C in 100 grams of berries. In the plant kingdom, Ningxia wolfberry's mineral profile and mineral balance are actually unmatched. No other plant comes close. The minerals in it include zinc, copper, calcium, chromium, magnesium, potassium, and manganese. And these are all extremely important for many bodily functions, but they have to be balanced. And the Ningxia wolfberry actually contains ideal mineral proportions, almost 1-to-1 magnesium to calcium, 2-to-1 zinc to copper, 8-to-1 potassium to magnesium, with a total of 15.6% of protein by weight. So Ningxia wolfberry has more protein than bee pollen. And that blew my mind when I first learned it, that it is quite a protein source. Okay, the next one, omega Jis. This is your vitamin D3. It is a multiple vitamin. It's got vitamin D3, which 50% of our population it actually doesn't have enough of. And it has omega-3s, which are super important for brain health. This is our fatty acid supplement. It has both DHA and EPA and CoQ10, which is a vitamin-like substance that powers energy in every cell of your body and is very impressive as an antioxidant. It is also, CoQ10 is also critically important if you are on a statin drug, like I am at the moment, for cardiac reasons, because statins deplete the CoQ10 in your system and will give you massive muscle aches because of it. So omega Jis helps to come in and gives you back the CoQ10 that you need and counteracts it being removed by the statin drug. So this is, I think it's fish oil. I can't remember. Yes, this is fish oil. DHA from fish oil is your best choice. And it's different than flaxseed oil because flaxseed oil has such a small amount of DHA. It's all about the balance of the omega oils. So what are some of the concerns about being DHA deficient? So DHA, which is a component of the omega Jis, deficiencies, you can have, there's fetal alcohol syndrome, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, cystic fibrosis, unipolar depression, aggressive hostility, and a couple of other disorders from DHA insufficiency. This does not mean that omega Jis cures or treats any of these conditions, but if your body is lacking in DHA, these are some of the things that can happen. So to get more bang for your buck, like most of the supplements that Young Living creates, these supplements also contain essential oils. Omega Jis contains clove, Roman chamomile, and spearmint essential oils. And you can go and look up what the benefits of clove oil are, but they support the fish oil going rancid, like they keep it from going rancid, and it actually helps our body to absorb it better. So you get more bioavailability by using essential oils with your supplements. So you don't get fishy burps with this, and even your children can take these if they can swallow pills. Very, very good in your daily routine. When I started, this thing that came right after Ningxia Red was Life 9, because this is a probiotic. I am hugely obsessed with gut health, and probiotics are the things that you need to address in your gut to help with intestinal health. And did you know that your gut health is related to every single major body system? Your bowels are actually the source of health and vitality and where nutrients are absorbed into your bloodstream, not in your stomach, in your bowels. They are actually the command center of the immune system and eliminators of waste products. So if your bowels are not working properly, your optimal health is impossible. If you're pooping once a week or twice a week, things are not going well. So everyone needs probiotics, even children. So you can take this as a capsule, you can open it up and put it into a smoothie so children can drink it. But things like taking an antibiotic, drinking chlorinated water, consuming sugar, too much stress, all of these things impact your gut health. And there are multiple strains of good bacteria in Life9. I'm not going to go into the list. If you would like the list, I'm happy to send it to you. So what makes Life9 better than the probiotic you can get at your drugstore or your supermarket? Well, the first thing is Life9 is delayed release. So it bypasses the stomach, it does not release in the stomach and goes right into the intestines where it releases, making the probiotic much more efficient because it's supposed to be in the intestine, not in the stomach. So by having it being delayed release means you actually benefit from the live bacteria instead of it getting digested in the stomach and releasing there. If you are not eliminating every day, having a bowel movement every single day, you're negatively affecting every major body system. Take your Life9, drink some water, maybe put some lemon vitality oil in the water and get things moving. Ideal number of bowel movements per day, guesses? 3. If you're not having 3, you got room to maneuver on your gut health. The best time to take Life9 is before bed so that it can release in your intestines and it's there for the night. Okay. The next supplement is multigreens. Now, multigreens are called the Energy Bunny and Salad in a Capsule. It's basically, if you're not getting all the fruits and vegetables in your diet, you need to start looking at this. It is a chlorophyll formula supplement that was created to boost your vitality by working with glandular, nervous, and circulatory systems. It's made with spirulina, alfalfa sprouts, barley grass, bee pollen, eleuthero, Pacific kelp, and essential oils. So if you're not getting all that you need to get in terms of greens during the day, multigreens could be the product for you. Now we have the new Ningxia greens, but I don't have that in this particular presentation. This is a natural, sustainable energy source with bioactive sea vegetables that increase your vitality, nutrient-dense bee pollen, and essential oils, again, to increase the assimilation of all of these things. And it's an excellent source of choline, which is critical for energy production. Bee pollen is loaded with tons of vitamins and minerals, including potassium, calcium, magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, B vitamins. And it really strengthens lymphocyte function in your body and your immune system. But what about those hormones and that thyroid balance, which was critical for maintaining energy levels? Well, that's where multigreens comes in because Pacific kelp is there to support your thyroid function. It helps keep your hormones balanced and in check. And it's infused with rosemary, which supports your endocrine system, lemon, which supports your immune system, lemongrass, which supports the digestive system, and melissa, which energizes your body and fights against naturally occurring inflammation. Now, melissa is one of the most expensive oils that Young Living has, but it's in this supplement. So If you can't afford to buy Melissa in the oil, and you want it in your diet for the inflammation protection factor, multigreens is the way. This supplement you will likely notice improvements in your energy levels. And if you take it with a shot of Ningxia, you're doubling it. You can really increase your energy that way, supplementing. So let's talk about Super B. Now, I've always liked Super B because it is a very good vitamin for mood, but it's also an amazing vitamin supplement for your adrenals. And it is especially important during times of stress when our reserves of everything get depleted. I take extra Super B on long days when I travel or when my life is just super busy. And Super B includes B1, B2, B3, B6, B7, B9, folate, not folic acid, the synthetic version of folate, includes B12, which is really, really important if you're vegetarian. It contains biotin, B5, magnesium, zinc, and selenium. And it's really important, these trace minerals, because they attack destructive cells in your body and support your immune system. It's also infused with nutmeg essential oil, and nutmeg helps with the bioavailability, but also chelates minerals. So vitamin B amounts need to be replaced every single day. It is a water soluble vitamin, and you pee out of any extra that you have. But your body uses all that it can prior to that. So if you're peeing and it's bright yellow, you know at least that your body is topped up with B level vitamins. Okay. Cortistop. This is available through the US store, and it is because stress is seriously the silent killer. And there are so many stressors in our life. Stress is so chronic now. It never seems to go away, and we seriously need to reduce them. Yoga, meditation, walks on the beach, all of that is super helpful, but sometimes you need a powerhouse supplement to help your body recover. So you take cortistop during high times of stress, because your body produces cortisol which is the stress hormone, when you're in a period of very high stress. And when there's too much in your body and it's there for too long, it wreaks havoc on your immune system. It contributes to fatigue, weight gain, overall moodiness, and in my case, it can cause cardiovascular disease and heart attack. So what is in cortistop that makes it so awesome? Pregnenolone, which is the precursor hormone from which all other hormones are created, and is important for the body's production of progesterone, which blocks cortisol receptors. It helps support brain function, cognitive function, supports estrogen production, which counteracts high cortisol levels. It has DHEA from wild yam, which is another important hormone for progesterone production. It contains Canadian fleabane, which supports hormone production and combats high cortisol levels. Clary sage oil, which supports hormone function as well, and contains a natural sclereol, which is a phytoestrogen that mimics estrogen function. It has fennel, which supports gut health and the pancreas, frankincense, which supports the immune system, peppermint, which also supports other hormones. So ladies, if you have stress, this is a supplement you might want to get for those periods of super high stress. In a couple of days, if the stress eases off, then you can taper off of this. Men can also take this. Okay, so then there's Powergize. Now, Powergize is a supplement that is for both men and women. However, it's custom formulated for men. And some of the key benefits include sustains energy levels, strength, and vitality when paired with physical activity. It helps support healthy muscles, increase muscle size and strength, and enhance muscle tone and the rate of muscle recovery in men. It promotes overall well-being and hormonal health for men, promotes a balanced sense of energy and calm, promotes mental clarity, concentration, alertness. It gives a healthy response to everyday stress, overwork, and fatigue. And importantly, it supports the male reproductive system. A key ingredient in Power Eyes is Uricoma longifolia, which supports healthy testosterone levels in both men and women. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen touted for its antioxidant and immune supporting properties. There's a product, Tribulus terrestris, which has been used since ancient times to support stamina, endurance, and libido. And this product has also been shown to help support increase of libido in women. Something to think about. So, how do we have a happy thyroid? Because having an unhappy thyroid makes life very, very difficult. And we talked about our thyroid being one of the major glands in our endocrine system, and it's really vital when producing happy hormones. And when it isn't working well, you may feel increased anxiety and nervousness, definitely hair loss, missed menstrual cycles, trouble sleeping, either excess energy or no energy at all, dry skin, joint and muscle pain, and a whole bunch more. Having an unhappy thyroid is a very difficult thing to live with. So here are some ways to support your thyroid. And all of this information, some of this information comes from a woman called Leanne Deirdre, and she wrote a book called Taming the Dragon Within. And she says, the thyroid loves myrtle oil. Myrtle oil is found in Endoflex, which is one of the oils there, but it's sometimes necessary to use more myrtle in addition to the Endoflex. So she recommends combining myrtle and Endoflex with lemongrass and applying them topically right to the thyroid gland, right here, put it right here. They call it magic thyroid support. Now, just to be cautious, some people can be irritated using lemongrass, so be careful with it in the sun and use a carrier oil until you know how you're going to react to it on your skin. And let's take a quick moment to talk about Thyromin. I have just started on this. It is a natural thyroid supplement. It's a blend of porcine glandular extracts, herbs, amino acids, minerals, and therapeutic grade essential oils in a formula that maximizes nutritional support for your thyroid, which regulates your metabolism, your energy, and your body temperature. Too hot, too cold, flaky skin, hair falling out, your thyroid needs some support. So that's when you start thinking about adding this to your daily routine. And if you're interested in a great thyroid health and function video on YouTube, PM me and I can send you the link. Now, here's something that I have used a lot in the last couple of years trying to de-stress my body. Our adrenal glands produce cortisol when in stress. Cortisol helps regulate metabolism, helps your body respond to stress, and it also produces aldosterone, which helps control your blood pressure. Energy and blood pressure and stress. Who has that in their life? So loving on your adrenals is a really good thing. First of all, our adrenal glands love healthy fats. So consider a supplement like MindWise, which is such an inchy oil, an omega oil, or omega Gies, which we talked about, all healthy fats supporting your immune system. Healthy fats help normalize our blood sugar level, which then increases our metabolism while maintaining stable cortisol levels. It all just works together. And when one is out of whack, everything's out of whack. Nothing is worse than a spike of cortisol when you don't need it. So the best way to support your adrenals is by using nutmeg, clove, and rosemary essential oils. All of these contain properties that support our adrenal glands. Nutmeg is comforting and soothing and may also boost energy when we are struggling with increased fatigue, which is a sign that our adrenals are overworking. Clove also supports our energy levels, and rosemary provides stress support. And together, these three, you can put them in a roller ball together, is a great way to support your adrenal glands. Apply it morning and night on the small of your back, just above your kidneys, all over there. And it does an amazing. You can also add a couple of drops of grapefruit oil, and that works very well with these three. Want more information on adrenal support? I have another video that I can send you the link for, how they work and how lifestyle changes can help. Okay, but these three will definitely support your adrenal system. Okay, so let's talk about your diffuser. So sometimes hormones can make us feel down and up and down and up again. It can be a very big roller coaster. And in some ways, our bodies naturally produce less hormones during certain times of the month in order to work the way they're supposed to work. But that doesn't mean we just have to ride out the emotional roller coaster. We have oils to help with that. So one of my favorite ways to combat hormonal blues is by diffusing. Our emotions are stored in the same part of the brain that our sense of smell is, the limbic system, which is called the emotional brain. And our sense of smell allows us because it's connected to our sense of smell, inhaling oils actually is one of the best and quickest ways to make use of our oils when we need a little more emotional support. So I've got some amazing diffuser combos that you can put into your diffuser that will help with those blues. Clary sage and nutmeg, transformation essential oil, which is actually great all on its own, but it's also great with a few drops of tangerine. 4 drops of geranium and 2 drops of tangerine. Beautiful, happy oils. And these diffusing oils, you breathe in and actually it can help you break out of your emotional state. We talked about thiamine, but thiamine in the morning supports your adrenals and thiamine in the evening supports your thyroid. So choose the time of day you're taking it and take it accordingly. What do you want to help balance, right? Thiamine was developed to nurse the thyroid gland, metabolism, and reduce fatigue. It has some specially selected glandular nutrients. So the gland tissue of pigs, this is where you want to be super confident in the company that you have and in their highest quality processes. Amino acids, herbs, minerals, and essential oils, which are perfectly balanced to bring about the most beneficial and nutritional support to the thyroid. Right? We talked all about the functions that the thyroid is responsible for, but the thyroid is actually one of your most important glands in your body. It controls the way you metabolize your food, the way you use your energy, lose or gain weight, how well or poorly you sleep, and a lot more. So if your thyroid is not functioning properly, there are several health side effects to this. And hypothyroid, like what I have, low thyroid, is super common in the rest of the world because they don't have enough iodine in their diet. But in America, only about 0.3% have true hypothyroid. But 1 in 20 people have subclinical hypothyroid, which means they're not low enough to be considered hypothyroid, but they're too low, but they're so low they're getting symptoms. So you can support your thyroid gland before it becomes chronic or before it becomes a clinical issue by taking a good supplement. Now, there's also vitamin E in this, and vitamin E is a powerful free radical scavenger. If you don't know what free radicals are, just Google them. You will be amazed between nature red and thiamine how much antioxidant power that we've got here. Thyroid disease was more frequent and more severe in those with low vitamin E. And it's also been shown to fight atherosclerosis, which is hardening of the arteries for heart attack and stroke. Helps with, and then iodine. Thiamine also has an extra helping of the building blocks that that create iodine. Very, very, very good for you. But I was fascinated by thiamine in the morning for your adrenals and thiamine in the evening for your thyroid. Very cool. Okay, so let's quickly talk about some oils for support. So we have got, let me see here, Progressence Plus. Okay, women, if you are not using this oil, and I don't care what age you are, if you have your period, or if you're menopausal, premenopausal, postmenopausal, or you still have your period, this oil is a requirement. It makes all the difference for women related hormone issues. It was formulated by Dr. Dan Purser. He has a great Facebook page. You haven't. Oh, I hope I'm back. I hope I've got it all. Let me just share the screen again. Lost connection there for a bit. So I was just saying, if you are a woman of any age from period to postmenopausal, Progressence is something that you need. This is progesterone serum made from wild yam. It supports sleep. It helps with mood swings. It helps to decrease mood swings. It helps support fertility, and it's helps support menopausal and postmenopausal women. Literally all women need this oil. And how do you use it? You put a drop on your forearms, your neck, or upper chest, and you don't have to worry about moving it around. I put a few drops on my forearm or my forearms together and go from there. Most women use from 1 to 4 drops. It's best taken at night, since the cedarwood in the blend can make you sleepy. But many women who have used it for months do not notice a difference if they use it earlier in the day. This, to me, is one of the products that all ladies watching this need to order. This is a must-have for women. Its primary benefits. So here's the primary benefits. It naturally encourages the body's optimal balance. It absorbs more quickly than other natural progesterone supplements. It does not require cycling of the application. And like I said, it can be used by any menstruating female over the age of 12, pre and postmenopausal women seeking a natural balance, women looking for a calming sleep aid. If you're pregnant or nursing, you should consult a medical practitioner prior to use, and do not use in conjunction with contraceptives. I have lots and lots and lots of information on this product. If you want some more information sent to you, please PM me and I can send you that. But seriously, I love this product so much. I stock up on it every chance I get. I have multiple bottles that I take with me so that I'm never without it. Honestly, it has been a game changer. So lavender. Lavender is the Swiss Army knife of oils. It is so good for everything. It is an adaptogen. It adapts to what your body actually wants and needs. It literally does whatever your body needs it to do. And it's just an amazing oil for your endocrine system. Women tend to need lots of lavender. This can be one of your purse oils. Diffuse it, put it on your body multiple times a day, put it on your body at night, take it in a capsule. It literally, for sleep, it literally shuts off your brain at night. Diffuse it. However you get this into your body, lavender is amazing. So then there's Lady Scleriol. This is available through the US store. It's a blend of coriander and geranium. vetiver, orange, clary sage, bergamot, ylang ylang, sandalwood, Spanish sage, Idaho tansy, and jasmine. Huge list of oils. It is rich in phytoestrogens. Okay, it supports estradiol levels in your body, which is one of the 3 kinds of estrogen. And so that supports ovaries, uterus, and as a bonus, our bones and joints. Now, estradiol levels start to drop in women with age, especially during menopause. And what's been found is that women with supportive estradiol levels usually have an easier time getting pregnant, pre-menopause, of course, and have better bone mass post-menopause. It can be used as a perfume replacement because it's so pretty. But how you use this one is you put a couple drops on your inner thighs in the evening. And if you have a bath at night, you can put it in the bath. Use it to energize your libido and your evening with your significant other. It's really quite an amazing oil. Now here's one that is super helpful if you still have your period. Whether you're going through your monthly cycle or you're going through menopause, Dragon Thyme is quite the blend. It has fennel, clary sage, marjoram, lavender, yarrow, and jasmine. It helps balance emotions and alleviate mood swings, and it generally makes you more pleasant to be around. So if you really have a raging time when you have your period, or you're in menopause and you are struggling with wicked mood swings, this is the one that you want. Dragon Thyme is what you want. I'm not going to go through all of the various oils in it are good for, because we've talked about a lot of them already. But if you really want to know more about Dragon Thyme, I can send you more information. Just know that it is a perfect choice, this blend, for supporting normal and healthy emotions during the female monthly cycle. You can diffuse it, you can put it on your feet, you can put it on your abdomen, you can inhale it. It is a multiple use product, and you can use it many, many times during the day. Okay, so Stress Away. Now, Stress Away is one of the 2 oils that I lived on after my first heart attack. I actually physically couldn't leave the house without it. It smells kind of like a vacation in a bottle. It's made of copaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, and ocotillo. I think there's a little bit of lavender in there, but a couple of drops of Stress Away, and you can actually feel your body relaxing. It makes you feel so calm and peaceful, and can be used with kids and adults alike. It really does help with the everyday stress and nervous tension. I can't explain how relaxing it is. Yeah. And I'm not going to go, like I said, I'm not going to go through all of the oils again and what they're good for. I can send that information to you, but it does help with sleep. It helps with mood. It helps with anxiety. It helps with reducing stress, as it says. It really is just an amazingly relaxing and supportive oil. Okay, copaiba. Now this is also in the Stress Away, but copaiba is an amazing oil all on its own. It's in a premium starter kit if you get just a regular premium starter kit, but it actually is quite remarkable. It supports your body's response to inflammation. So if you got sore muscles or a teething baby, you can use this for inflammation. It helps with intestinal and gut health. It supports the body as it flushes out toxins. So if you're wanting to detox, it helps. It helps apparently keep the baby blues away. I don't know how it does that, but it does. It has a component in it called beta-caryophyllene, which is the constituent component in CBD. and it has more of it. Copaiba has more of that constituent component. So it stimulates the sympathetic nervous system and helps support healthy hormones. Oh, then there's energy oil blend. Energy gives you a boost, basically an energy boost, because it's a stimulating oil blend. It helps restore mental alertness. And what you do with this is you apply it on the feet or on your temples. And it helps just to bring up your energy level by stimulating your endocrine system and helping with the overall energy in your body. Very cool. Idaho Blue Spruce. Now, this is one that I've been using a lot this month because I'm doing a bit of a challenge with it. It is one of those beautiful wood oils. It has a super high frequency, and it's shown to have, using 8 drops of Idaho Blue Spruce daily has shown to increase testosterone in just a few weeks, the level of testosterone. It also helps for sleep and keeping our stress levels in check. It's very grounding. So if you have it in your purse and you're in a very stressful situation, this helps you to reground yourself, shake off any overwhelm and move on. Endoflex is an amazing oil. And this is, we talked about it earlier. So I'm not going to talk about it a lot, but this is the one that you put on your thyroid system. This helps support your thyroid. Geranium helps with moods, the blues, and helps to lift your mood. It helps support proper hormone balance, irregularity in menstrual cycles. It helps with fluid retention. And if you're feeling express weariness or moodiness, this really helps to lift you. Clary sage is another one that all women should be using because it is emotionally balancing, and it has anti-inflammatory properties and helps to relieve menstrual discomfort. Fennel, fennel's an interesting one. Not a lot of people actually gravitate to fennel, but it's one of those unsung heroes because it's really good to support regular menstrual cycles. So if you're struggling with irregular menstrual cycles, you might want to consider adding fennel into your routine. You use it topically over your abdomen, or you put it on your feet. And it helps to just regulate your menstrual cycle. Sclerescence is another blend that is just basically for overall women's support. It helps to support a healthy glandular system and just general well-being. And then there's Shutran. Now this is essential oil blended specifically for men. It's really an exotic kind of blend of exotic and rare oils. And if your man doesn't like other oils, he's gonna like this one. It's got Idaho Blue Spruce. It's got a Ocotillo, ylang ylang. So it's got a lot of amazing hinoki, different oils in it, but they're very masculine in their energy. And a lot of men really like it, and it does help balance male hormones. Calming and purifying. So that's the list of things that can help with you balancing your hormones. The things that I have found the most effective for me in my particular situation, with stress being such a considerable component, is the Nature Red Stress Away. A lot of the supplements I take just to help support my body have the maximum amount of good minerals, vitamins in my body to help heal. Stress Away, geranium, clary sage, endoflex, and progescence. Those are the things that I use religiously every single day. They're non-negotiables for me. You need to find your non-negotiables and experiment a little to see how adding something to your system can help elevate you. So if you have any interest in any of these products, there are multiple ways that you can purchase them. Retail, wholesale, there's ways that you can get points and credits back. There's lots of ways that you can do ditch and switch by replacing things that you currently use. So reach out to me. I can help you create a plan to look at what it is that your issue is and how you're going to get to the place where your hormones are much better supported. And with that, I will say good night. And I hope you enjoyed this. It's a very long presentation. I have multiple pages of information if you're interested in YouTube video links or research paper links. I have lots of that you can have, that I can send to you. Just reach out to me and we will make it work. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you at the next live event.